Yes, sir. This is the Raider Nation Report. Yes, sir. Every Tuesday. Yeah, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. VIP is to the left. Yes, the new mini bar is open. Absolutely, absolutely. Please say hi to the midgets on the way in. Line to the right, sir. To the right. Thank you. Yes, we do have a new smoking lounge in the back. Please enjoy yourself. Just past the new mini bar. Yes, VIP to the left, regular line to the right. Yes, ma'am, you have to be on a few weeks in advance. Let me know your name, please, and I'll check to see if you're on. Yeah, VIP, you can go ahead and start going in. Thank you. Appreciate your patience. Show will be starting very soon. These guys like to run a tight show. Just getting final things in order. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes. Yes, sir. Doors will be opening very... What's up, Raider Nation? What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And yes, it is Wednesday. I get it. I was on vacation. Back, so we have to shift everything a day. So if you're here for fantasy football night, it's on Thursday this week. We'll be back on Wednesday next week. Raider Nation Report will be back on Tuesday next week. You got all that? Alright. So if you're confused, that's what's going down. So there is a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black going on tonight. And in case you were wanting some simple directions, so you can find your way back next time, we're still down the street, past the house, with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, he's losing his fucking mortgage on the goddamn Raiders. Slip him what you fucking should. He'll point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right, and as you find yourself strolling down the goddamn street, minding your own business, a cool breeze is gonna hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core as you walk past that deep, dark, sketchy fucking alley. And it chills you. Was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is a whole bunch of motherfuckers just like myself, just standing there shaking their heads saying, what the fuck? Deep behind the enemy line, this is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, but this week it's on Wednesday, but next week it'll be back on Tuesday. It's the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. Thank you for joining me. if you're even tuning in, you know you're a diehard fan. Because to even want to stomach this shit again and continue to want to discuss it, to have it conversations about it in the middle of your week, because man, we just keep getting gut punches from this franchise, and this last week was a bad one. This was a bad one, man. I mean, this is a team that was basically considered one of the bottom 2 teams in the entire league. I mean, the bottom. And they're running out some rookie from a school most motherfuckers never even heard of. And again, it's just another embarrassing loss lumped onto the resume of this head coach and this regime. You have the Jeff Saturday loss. You have the blowing the Cardinals loss last year. I mean, the list is horrific for no longer than this guy has been the head coach of this team. I've tried to stay optimistic. It's what I do. It's what I do as a fan. It's what I have to do as a Raiders fan, because without optimism, what the fuck do I have? I have to try to stay optimistic. I have to look at things and say, well, what if he can get his shit together? What if I'm just being overcritical because he's attached to the Patriots? What if? And you know, I got fucking people crawling up my ass over me saying I think Brian Hoyer was the best fucking chance to win last week. Dude, it didn't matter who you threw in. What did Aiden do when he came in? The same shit. It doesn't matter who you plug and play at quarterback out of this quarterback tree. It's his quarterback tree's shit. Oh, we'll talk about that later. We got a whole segment. We're going to jump right into that right off the fucking bat. Why wait till later? We're opening up the doors of the quarterback club. First fucking segment this week. Get your fucking tickets out. This was the most unprepared, worst looking version of the Raiders I'd seen in a while. I mean, the Bears did absolutely nothing special on offense. Nothing. They handed the ball off, ran it fucking up your fucking gut, dinked and dunked and threw screens. That's it. They brought this fucking vanilla ass offense in with this rookie, and like, we're gonna keep it simple, and this is what we're gonna do. Basic fucking football. And you came out there and got worked by the most basic vanilla fucking football scheme on offense that there is. It was sad to watch, man. That drive in the fucking third quarter, the defense just got walked with just dinks and dunks, and I'm just like, dude, if that was my kid playing Madden, I'd have took the fucking controller from him. Be like, what are you doing? Ridiculous. We got a lot to get into tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to get into tonight. It's a total shit show. But hey, we got a fucking pumpkin, so we're keeping it fucking festive. It's the foreplay, followed by the QB Club. I told you we got to get right into it because everybody's coming for my fucking throat. Some people are trying to make it personal because I simply said, when you're starting quarterbacks down, I will get to that in a second. Fucking good lord. Week 7 recap. It's like going back to a murder scene and you know, and fucking licking the fucking goddamn chalk line. But we'll go back through it. The defense, the Hunter Renfrow, days, it's ticking. ESPN rankings, sponsors, cool kid in the newsletter. Davis McWeasel. Sounds either like a cheap used car dealership or a real sleazy fucking lawyer. the Lions preview, and the WTF. Fan of the Week will be back next week. I just got back off vacation. I got to get caught up on prizes and shit. People have been waiting for some stuff. I got to get shit taken care of. So next week we'll be back, and we're doing the raffle and all that shit. So we're off and into November. That's enough of the fucking foreplay, man. Let's get right into it. Welcome. Let me in. Let's get this first segment. Whoa. What happened? There we go. Whew. I don't think I've ever hit that button before. I won't hit that button again. Fucking word to the wise. What the fuck just happened there? All right. Let's get to this first segment, shall we? Let's jump right in. It's the fucking QB Club, man. Let's get right in the club, shall we? Yeah. QB Club time. Jimmy G's back here. We got Hoyer. We got fucking the Super Trooper. Whew. So last week, I made the statement that I thought Brian Hoyer gave the team the best chance to win. I own that statement. I have no problem owning that statement. Based on the scenario you're making the statement in. The starting quarterback is out. It's between these two. This kid clearly is not ready for the speed of the National Football League yet. Not saying he won't be next season, but he's not ready to be thrown in there yet, and he shouldn't be thrown in there. He's only being thrown in there because of desperation. I thought based on the half of football that Brian Hoyer came in as a Raider, looked great with the team, had great command of the offense. His arm looked crisp. He looked good. Based on that sample size, I believe he gave the team the best chance to win. I also believe no matter which one of the two you fucking started, with the way you were prepared and came out and played this week, it didn't fucking matter. It didn't matter. The team and the franchise as a whole, the special teams, the defense, the offense, all three phases fucking pissed and shit down their legs. All of them. So it didn't matter. It was irrelevant. Irrelevant. Dude, everybody's like, oh, you're fucking Brian Hoyer fanboy. Oh. Dude, come on. Seriously? You've got these three. It's A, B, or C, man. And fucking selection A's in the fucking infirmary. So what do you got? You got fucking B and C. Nobody picked these guys. Nobody, I wouldn't go out and draft this fucking quarterback tree. This is quite possibly the worst quarterback tree that the Raiders have assembled in fucking quite some time. Quite some time. I have absolutely zero faith in the rookie. I had a little bit of faith in Brian Hoyer based on what I've seen him do in a half of fucking football with this fucking team. A half. After seeing him in a full game, of course I'm going to fucking change my assessment of that. That's how sports go, ladies and gentlemen. The assessment of a team changes week to week based on performance and a whole lot of other shit. Everybody expects you to do good till you go out there and piss down your leg. Nobody wanted Brian Hoyer. Nobody wanted Jimmy Garoppolo. I still say Jimmy Garoppolo gives the team the best chance to win. Because he's the best of the three. At this point, though, I will have to step it back just a tad and say I guess maybe it's a toss-up between these two. I don't know. Man, if at this point, it's looking like you're asking which side of the hedge you want to be shot in by which one of these two you fucking run out on the field. This is a complete shit show. And honestly, the preparation and the way the entire team played this last week was just so telling that the leadership is just, it doesn't exist. There's no direction on this franchise anymore. And I don't think it really matters who you have under center. All three of these quarterbacks have more interceptions than touchdowns. Every single one of them. So does it really fucking matter who you're plugging and playing when the guy running the fucking joystick is a fucking douchebag? Because we're all standing here and we're all fighting amongst each other as a fan base. Oh, you said he'd do better. I said the kid would do better. Look. We're all sitting here fighting as a fan base. But here's the thing. We're all banking on the fact the guy calling the fucking plays knows what the fuck he's doing. And clearly he doesn't. He clearly doesn't. So regardless of what I think, which quarterback may give the team the best chance, or you think this quarterback may give the team the best chance, dude, it doesn't fucking matter because the guy fucking pulling the triggers is a fucking moron. So even if we put all the right pieces in place, got the number one wide receiver in the game, got the league's returning leading rusher, you've got all these fucking weapons, new fucking rookie tight end, you've got all these pieces. And you still can't get it out the fucking starting blocks. You still can't break 20 with this fucking offense. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. This thing at this point needs such a fucking overhaul. I don't even know where to start, man. I sit here, I watch tape, I watch the games, I try to be optimistic, I try to break it down, but damn man, it comes down to motherfucking players gotta play and coaches gotta coach. It's that fucking simple. And we knew what this guy's track record coming in was. I mean, we knew. We knew! Nobody wanted this motherfucker. Nobody wanted these quarterbacks. None of them. None of the fucking three. We're just trying to be an optimistic fan base. That's it. Yo, I ask you. Everybody that's like, oh, you said Hoyer would do this. You said, I ask you. Oh, you ignorant motherfuckers that say that type of shit. I want to run your mouth in the fucking comments. What am I supposed to do every fucking week? When I don't agree with who the fucking team hires as a coach. I don't agree with any of the fucking quarterbacks that they brought in. What am I supposed to do every week? Come on here for a fucking hour and sit and fucking piss and moan about every fucking decision? No. I'm going to fucking look at it and be objective and be like, and look for ways that, hey, this is how we can fucking trip into some fucking sunshine here. I mean, who the fuck's gonna sit here and hang out with me every fucking week if all I'm talking about is gloom and doom? I can't believe they hired this coach. We're never gonna win anything with this coach. I can't believe they brought these guys. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. That's not the type of fan that I am. I always give my team the fucking luck of being in the sport every week, any given fucking Sunday. I understand it's an uphill goddamn battle when you've got a head coach like this. None of us wanted this guy. None of us wanted this quarterback tree. Trying to be fucking optimistic about it. I mean, I started the season that way every season. And it can turn, some seasons it turns quicker than others. That's taken to about 6 or 7 in this one. Let's step out of the QB club. Is there really anything else to talk about? Let's move on into let's step on out the club here. God damn. Hot fucking mess. Let's just move into the fucking recap. There's no reason you should have lost this game. And if your offense comes out and looks like this against the opponent that you were playing, it's all on coaching. Your defense had been the strong suit coming in. They looked lost against the most vanilla fucking scheme of an offense that was thrown out there. Looked lost. Completely lost. The offense, I don't know what to say about this offense, man, at this point. Josh Jacobs can't get more than 3 yards a rush. Period. This offensive line is not creating holes. They are not moving bodies in run blocking like they did last season. Josh is just, he doesn't have that wiggle like he has had I just don't understand. They don't look the same. With the weapons that this team has on offense, they should be clicking. They should be firing. They have built this offense in the fashion that Josh McDaniels is supposed to be able to excel with. And they can't score over 20 points with this offense. With Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, Michael Mayer, Josh Jacobs. Just complete ineptitude. The play calling was so vanilla. The first drive, Devontae. I mean, you just can't do that. You can't be predictable. You can't be like, fuck it, you know what? We're just going to throw it to Devontae every fucking play and try to get down there and get a cheap touchdown. Because that's all you're trying to do at that point. You're trying to go be a one-trick fucking pony down the fucking field and get a cheapie. That's Bush League, man. Any NFL defense is going to fucking sniff that out and shut that down before you go all the way down the field. And what happened? This team, and I hate to say it, because I was looking at the standings. It was the last thing I looked at. I looked at everything else. I did all my prep for the night. I've looked at shit all day, periodically, and I sat down the last. It's like, you know what? I want to look at the NFL standings. I want to look at the standings, and that usually puts things back in perspective for me because I'm a numbers guy, and when I see the numbers, sometimes that can sway me one way or the other. And I see the Raiders are sitting at 3-4. They're sitting at 3-4. They're sitting at a very losable game this week, Monday Night Football. We'll talk about that later in the Lions preview. Very losable game, Monday Night Football in Detroit, in the D, and a possibility to drop to 3-5. Sitting behind that are two very winnable games. So you can still find yourself at 5-5 and in the conversation. You're right in the wild card hunt with where you're at right now. So, here's the tough question, Raider Nation. Here's the tough questions. Here's the ones that everybody... Man, I'm all over the place. You know what? Fuck it. My brain's going, so I'm just rolling with it. Because here's the tough questions. We all want him gone. Okay? We all want him gone. But the team's 3-4. The team's 3-4, and we've clearly seen that the backup quarterbacks are less than stellar. Listen, I know there's a percentage of Raider Nation who's still got this fucking stiffy for the fucking rookie and thinks he's going to be the fucking savior. He's going to come in on his fucking silver and black fucking unicorn and save the fucking day. I know. Look, it's okay. I'll let you believe that till it doesn't fucking happen, because the percentage of that happening is like fucking 0.02. I digress. Both backup quarterbacks are less than stellar. I won't say suck. I'll say less than stellar. Maybe their moms are watching. So unless you got Jimmy G on the field, but if you have Jimmy G on the field and he comes back and he's healthy and you can get a couple decent games and you're still in the mix, is it smart to fire this pissant mid-season? You're not going to be able to get the prime interviews for a head coach. All of them are gainfully employed right now. You can't interview or talk to most of them. They're off the fucking... I mean, let's be realistic. We all want to fire the motherfucker. But do you fire him and try to get the rest of the way with an interim and then go in to look for your real coach next season? Or do you just try to limp through this with this douchebag, wondering if maybe he can fucking put it together because you're still technically in it? I mean, he has missed his starting quarterback for 2 games. I don't know, man. I get fuck him. I get the trim the fat. I get all of that. And I agree with all of you. He's not the man for the job, man. We've all tried to be optimistic. He's not the man for the job. Tanking and losing on purpose is a bad mentality, and losing breeds losing, and that's not something you want to drag into the locker room. When you have some real consummate professionals on this team, Mad Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, I mean, you lose the chance of losing top players by doing things like that. They don't want to be attached to franchises that work in that manner. I mean, there's a lot of different angles to all of this when you talk about making moves like that's a huge move. It's I don't know. I go back and forth on this one. You have the sample of 2021 to look at. John Gruden wasn't fired, forced to resign, whatever you say, call it what you will. I don't even want to get into that story. He's glad he's fucking gone. He is definitely not the answer. People yelling for that guy are fucking lunatics. It's just a different form of cancer. I'd rather have lung than brain. So you did have some success under an interim. But who's the interim head coach when this guy goes out? You get to hand it over to your offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator? Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking let's hand it off to the fucking clown number 1 and clown number 2. Oh man, you think that's gonna be any better? So, is it almost better just to ride this shit show out? I don't know. And then make the move at the end of the year? I don't know. Let's move on. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to this because I've got it later in the show. We'll come back to that. We'll move on from the recap. I want to touch on the defense. We'll come back to that. Hold your thoughts. We're going to come back to these two fucking yahoos here in a minute. Let's talk about this fucking guy for a second. How do you come in? And I talked about this. Listen, I put it out there. I said I thought the team would break over 24. I thought the defense would be a big part of it. I thought this would be a possibility of the defense to step out there to really show the league what they've got. Blah, 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 blah. And then you fucking don't even put Tyler Hall in the fucking field. He's played at some of the best corner that you've had. He doesn't even see the fucking field. We lose Divine Diablo. You can't get any fucking push. The corner play was terrible. Just the whole defensive scheme as a whole was just completely inept. How do you look like a team that's starting to really turn a corner in the National Football League on defense and then come out and look like that against the fucking Bears? And mind you, go back and watch this. Go back and watch this game. Just the offensive series of the Bears. One after another. And it is the most vanilla, generic fucking shit that they fucking rolled out there for this rookie to run. Dink, dunk, screens, fucking hand it off. I mean, they did nothing sexy. It was basic, simple football, performed well. And you know what? The Raiders didn't perform anything well on their side of the ball. And that's how you lose. The other team did the basic shit better. It was bad. It was bad to watch. Is this guy the guy? We've been asking this now for a couple years. We keep asking it, and at some point, I get that you need continuity. But goddamn, man. You can't just keep not really having... I mean, the only really success this defense has had under him is it's getting subpar. You're beating low-hanging fruit. Against any team that's in the upper half, this defense looks inept and always does under this guy. Peters looks slow and old. I mean, he's a nice veteran to be out on the field, but he looks old. He's definitely lost steps. He has to play too far off. Bennett was out this week, but he hasn't looked good. The rookie hasn't looked good. Amik Robertson, Marcus Peters, and the Tyler Hall combo were about the best, I think, combo that you had. Or trifecta, I guess you could say, at corner. And then they went away from that. I don't know. The losing Divine Diablo to injury was a blow. Him and Spillane had played great together at linebacker, although Masterson looked okay coming in. Just the play calling was shit, man. He just had the guys in the wrong spots all the time. The Bears were always a move ahead. They always had the advantage on every play call. It was just bad. They could never make the right fucking call for the play that was coming at him. And you knew it was just a fucking dink and dunk, a fucking screen. They weren't spreading the field. They weren't trying anything dynamic with the kid. It was very fucking vanilla. Ridiculous. And now, due to what you've got going on, you've got guys that are basically, the reports are Hunter's fine. He wants out. You're not using me. I'm not being utilized. I don't like what's going on here. Get me out. And that's sad, man. I mean, this is a guy that caught 100 balls in a season in the National Football League. That's hard to fucking do. There's not a lot of guys that do that. And I get it. He needed to be the number 1, number 2, and it's sometimes the number 3 that season. And they leaned on him a ton. I get it. You don't need him like that anymore. But damn, how do you not fucking need him at all? I guess when your offense can't put up more than 20 points, you become expendable. I mean, how many gears do you need if you can't get out of first? Third and Renfro is going to be gone. It's days, ladies and gentlemen. It's down to days, and he's going to be gone. And I think the only way he stays is based on his contract. Somebody may not want to take the money on. A lot of teams are strapped. They may not be able to work out the compensation one way or the other, and that may be the only reason it doesn't go. But definitely, it ain't gonna fucking be because they don't want to move the guy. They want to move him. And why do they want to move him? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to those ESPN rankings. And they're fucking falling. Chart falling. So you're down from 24 to 25. This is what the worldwide leader in bullshit related to sports has to say. The ESPN rankings for this week, week 8 in the National Football League, has the Raiders dropping from 24 to 25. Didn't slide all the way down because other teams did shittier than the Raiders. That's the only reason. It's not because they've shown anything. And 25 is frankly where they should be. This team has yet to prove a goddamn thing yet. They can't get out of their own fucking way, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, how much more do we need to spend on the rankings? Let's get to the fucking juice of the matter, huh? We got some juicy topics to get to. Sponsors. Check out Clear Live Streams. If you haven't checked it out, go to RaiderReaction.com. It's right on the website. All you got to do is... what do you got to do? Shit, I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Hit that button. There you go. Hit that button. It'll send a message to Bryant. Send him a message. Say, hey, well, I heard about you on Raider Reaction. I need the hookup. Don't go through DirecTV, YouTube TV, all that other stupid shit. Watch your Raiders. Watch your... Don't pay to watch that shit. Big money. Fuck. At least watch that shit on the cheap. Fuck. Clear Live Streams. Watch that shit. Get your shit through there. Whatever. They're the sponsor. Hit them up. And while you're at RaiderReaction.com, become a cool kid. Like who we got out there? Dale. Dale and the other cool kids, Billy James, the infamous Billy James, got those cool badges next to their names. They're the cool kids here at Raider Reaction. They are sponsors here at Raider Reaction Sports on our Facebook page. Sends you into the Dark Side Inner Circle group on Facebook, and it also puts you in the raffle for a chance to win prizes on our typically the first Thursday of the month. However, this month we are going to do it on 11/9 because the first Thursday falls like right after fucking Halloween, and I got a whole bunch of shit going on for the fucking holidays, so I need an extra couple days to prep, and that gives me a week to get everything out and finished up and ready to go. So we're going to do it on the 9th this month, but we do a raffle every month for our subscribers, so if you're one of the cool kids, you get a chance to win every month. Plus, you can be one of the cool kids. And while you're there at the website checking out all the shit, the tabs, how to become a subscriber, there's a tab there, tells you all about being a subscriber. Scroll to the bottom of the page, throw your email address in there so you can get into the Dark Side newsletter while you're there. Alright. There, my fucking Billy Mays, and it's done. Let's move along. Let's get juicy here, shall we? Let's get it. We gotta get juicy. This is the topic du jour. Fire his ass. Fire his ass is what everybody says. Now I agree. But is it the time? We talked about it earlier. Is it the time to fire him? If you fire him now, the team is 3-4. Do you fire him after the Monday Night Football game? Do you leave his ass in Detroit? I mean, fuck. Drag him up to Flint, make him drink the water. I mean, what do you want to do? You want to do a fucking old school style like Lane Kiffin? You want to bust out the fucking overhead projector? How do you want to do it? Because I got a feeling, I mean, I never say my team's going to lose. I give them a chance any given fucking day, toe-to-toe with another team. But the Lions have looked really fucking good this week. And you know what happens when a team that is a really, really good team and they get their fucking ass kicked and embarrassed? They usually come back the next week ready to kick somebody's fucking teeth in. And the Raiders are in line for that. They're in line for a bounce back from a really good team at home on Monday Night Football in prime time under the lights. I mean, this thing is lined up to be a murderous train wreck for Raider Nation on Monday. Train wreck. This one worries me. It's got bad motherfucking news written all over. John Bustamante, you go check your messenger on Instagram. Damn you, I've been messaging you for days. You have questions to answer. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I know, Dale. Damn it, I can't. I know. It's like a sickness. It's like a sickness. I know. I'm trying not to. But do you leave him? Do you leave him? If the team is 3-5. Now, the team's 3-5 and you got the Giants Jets at home back to back. If you lose, is it based on how you lose Monday night? Or if you lose Monday night, you fire his ass and you leave him in Detroit? Or do you ride it a couple more games, see if this team can stay in contention, in a conversation, see what he can do the rest of the year, make the change at the end of the year so that you can have a full interview process with the whole pool of talent that's out there like everybody else? Or do you intern it? Interim coach. I mean, these are really your options. These are really your options. I don't think he's the guy. I never thought he was the guy to fucking begin with. Del Rio was really the last coach I had faith in besides Rich. I thought Rich did a good job stepping in for Gruden when he resigned. I thought he did a good job. But I had no faith in Gruden whatsoever. I had even less faith in this guy when they hired him. But, I've tried to be optimistic. I tried to be optimistic. I 100% agree he needs to be fired. However, the season is the season. And I don't believe in tanking. And at this point, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not fucking mathematicians, go look at the standings. You can't tank and get one of the top quarterbacks. You've already fucked that up. You've done too well. This team's going to trip into a couple more W's throughout the year. They're not going to have one of the top quarterbacks. They would need to trade. They would need to make a move. They would need to do something to get up there. So tanking to me, I'm not with the tanking. And I think tanking, you're going to lose the hearts of some of your players, some of your key players, Mad Max, Devontae Adams. It's hard to get players like that buying into that type of shit and that type of environment. Losing breeds losing. I just don't think I don't think that's the way you want to go. Next year's class is deep at quarterback. I agree. And, there are possibilities that you can trade up, you can make moves, you got collateral, you got things you can do to get up in that draft if a quarterback is what you need to do. And obviously we've proven a quarterback is what this team needs. It needs a franchise quarterback. You moved away from Derek in the offseason, which has proven to be the right move. I loved Derek for everything that he was for the Raiders, but my God, if you've watched any fucking Saint Derek, Saint Derek is like Raider Derek, but worse. And the New Orleans fan base is already tired of his shit. He ain't getting 9 years there. Trust me. They're ready to fucking trade his ass for fucking famous Jameis Crab legs. So that was proved that was the right move. A move needed to be made franchise quarterback. But all Jimmy Garoppolo was the fucking finger in the dike to keep the fucking quarterback position from caving in for 1 year. That's all he is. That's why they only signed him for a couple. He's going to be somebody in somebody's ear next year teaching him the system and trying to help him along. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I know there's a large percentage that thinks that's Aiden O'Connell, that he could be the next guy. And hey, if he is, it's fucking great, man. I'm all for it. I just don't see it. And I don't think the kid's ready. Maybe next year. I mean, he showed he has something. But he hasn't showed a lot of legs. He showed that he's a little bit of a statue in the pocket when you get in there under real pressure. So I don't know, man. The jury's still out for me on that kid. And I don't know if he's the type of talent everybody wants him to be. Or if he will ever be. I think little desperation there. We've all heard it. Matt McGloin. We've all heard it. We've all heard about the kid from Cal who came in a year or two ago. I mean, there's always hope for these kids. But, it's 99 out of 100 they're failures. And they don't go nowhere. There's a reason for that. I mean, look around the league, man. There's only 32 starting quarterbacks in the league. And I would say half of those we'd be willing to throw away at any given time right now. And there's only probably half that we'd say, hey, I'd want to take one of these guys and I'd want to fucking take a franchise and run with it. I'd say about half the starting quarterbacks. Out of the 32 in the entire league, that quarterbacks from all over the world are trying to get these jobs. There's only 32 of them that exist. And half of those guys, as fans, we would call shit. You're Kirk Cousins. Whoever the fuck the quarterback is for the Cardinals right now with Dobbs. You go through the league and Daniel Jones for the Giants. Are any of these guys you'd pick to go fucking build a franchise with? Fuck no. But these guys are holding jobs in the National Football League. That shows you how hard it is to fucking find guys that can do all that it takes to be an NFL quarterback. It is not easy. And what's hilarious is everybody This Aiden kid, he's it. So you're telling me that these the minds of this regime, you think these guys were so fucking smart that they went and found this fucking diamond in the rough when none of the other 31 fucking teams were looking at this kid? That these guys were so smart that they went and found him? That's what you're banking on? The intelligence of Ziegler, Bollcut, and McWeasel to find the next great quarterback in round 4. Man, that's desperate. That's sitting at the bar at 3 o'clock, looking in the dark corners to see what women are still there. That's what that is. That's desperation, ladies and gentlemen. Desperation. You don't... okay, Derek. Favre looks better than Jimmy G. Based on what? I'll take that comment. Let's run with that one for a second. He looks better than him. Based on what? On what comparisons? His playoff wins in the National Football League? His win-loss record in the National Football League? His touchdown-interception ratio? His ability to throw the deep ball? Because he hasn't done that in the National Football League either. Because he looked better in the second half of preseason games? What are you basing that on? I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo gives the team the best chance to win out of the 3. It is what it is. It sucks that the choice is these 3, but it is. It's all you got to pick. I guess he's got a badass mustache. Aaron's going with him just for the mustache vote. He enjoys his mustache rides. College, minor league football, scrub defenses, playing against insurance salesmen and used car salesmen. People are going to be working in machine shops. That? Come on, man. Has Mark Wilson legs. What the fuck does that even mean, Chad? Hayden has Mark Wilson legs. There's the fuck. Hold on. We gotta pin that comment. Can we even do that? Is that possible? Yes, it is. That's a pinnable comment there. I don't know how we pin a comment, but I'm gonna try. Fucking kid, goddamn. What the hell does that even mean? Has Mark Wilson legs. Oh, the mind of Chad. I don't think that's a door we want to go in right now. We ain't got time. We won't be able to find our way back out before the show's over. Hold on. All right. And it comes all back to this, ladies and gentlemen. We can debate it. We can fucking argue it. Who we think the best quarterback to be in there is. It all comes back to one thing, man. You think the rookie should start next. You think Garoppolo's shit. He doesn't give the team the best chance to win. Hoyer's shit. Both of the backups to me have shown that they're not worthy of starting. And if we got to go to either one, it's probably an L. I still think Jimmy gives the best chance to win because he's the only number 1 quarterback. But here's the fact of the matter. Whether we think Jimmy should start, Aiden should start, Hoyer should start, whoever the 3 we think should start, here's the fucking X factor. This guy's still pulling the strings. He's the puppet master. So are you ever going to be able to properly perform with this guy pulling the strings? It doesn't matter. And I believe that this week proved that. This team was poorly coached and played down to the competition. They looked inept on defense. They looked inept on offense. And they did not look good on special teams either. This was a complete team failure. and it falls on this guy. I think if you lose and lose embarrassingly in Detroit on Monday night in front of the world and embarrass the fuck out of Raider Nation, your fan base, your franchise, everything that this fucking team stands for, if you go out there and you put on the type of showing against the Lions that you just did against the Bears, I think they should go old school on your ass. Bring your ass in a room with an overhead projector and fucking fire your ass! Leave you in fucking Detroit, maybe drop you off in Flint, make you drink the fucking water, and then make your ass walk home. But man, if he could go there and he can pull it together somehow this week, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just worth letting it ride out to the fucking end and then just rip the scab off at the end. I don't know. I'm all for firing him. I just don't know. I hate mid-season fires. Are like, why'd you even go into the season if you thought you were going to be firing him halfway through? If there was even a chance that if you would be 3-4, that you would even be considering it, then why the fuck did you even go into the season? That's just my thoughts. The season's not over. That's the only thing that... God, he's just not the guy, man. I mean, it's clear, it's evident he's not the guy. But who runs it if he goes? Who runs it if he goes? Let's get into the Lions preview. I think this game's huge. Right now, you're looking at Jimmy Garoppolo in line to be the starter on Monday night. They believe he will be medically cleared and he will be the starter. I believe he is getting the majority of still the first team reps kind of in practice, and the supposed backup who would be the number 2 and who would start if Jimmy can't start has been reported to be Aiden O'Connell. Obviously Hoyer proved he had the chance. Listen, it's all about players playing. You had the chance. Brian Hoyer could have locked himself in for the Raiders' backup quarterback position for the rest of the season, been the guy every time Jimmy went down if he came out and performed well last week. That's the way it is. This is a performance-based league. You got to come out and play well. If he played well, he'd have locked down the backup position probably the rest of the fucking year, because he already played well in one half of a game and won that one. If he'd have came out and played well, they'd have won the last game against the Bears, he'd be locked in. Rest of the year, he's good. You wouldn't have heard O'Connell's name again. But you open the door, man. Every time you go out and you play poorly in the National Football League, somebody's right behind you to take your job. That's the way it's fucking looking at. That's just the way it is. It's a competitive fucking game. There's only so many jobs. It's just the way it is. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's get in there. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're good looking out, little man. All right. How do you feel about this game, really, Raider Nation? The Lions were the team du jour everybody was talking about in the offseason. They're one of those teams, and this is a scary game to me, man. This is a wounded lion, pardon the pun, but they just got whooped up on by the Ravens. Whooped up on, embarrassed. They were supposed to come in, be one of the top dogs, and they got whooped up on. And now they're coming home, and it's Monday Night Football in their house. And this just doesn't line up to be a good game for the Raiders. It really doesn't. The Lions are pissed. They were embarrassed. They're back home. They're in front of the world. Monday Night Football. Ford Field's fucking highlighted. They're not going to be talking about that loss from last week. They're going to be talking about the 5-2 first place Lions, two-game lead. They're going to be talking about all of that. The Lions have a chance to really take a big step forward with this win, regardless of what happened last week. The Raiders are in a fucking bad line of fire this week. A bad line of fire. If you're sending the rookie out there against this Lions team, against this defense, it's not going to be good. I don't think the outcome's going to be good, and I think they completely change the scheme and they come after this kid. I think the only hope and the Raiders have in this game is if Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy and you can get him out there and have somebody who at least knows how to work this offense, and hopefully you can get him a little bit of protection and somehow you can stay in it and your defense can keep you in this game. But I don't know, man. The way the defense looked last week, are they even going to be able to be anything more than a fucking road bump for this Detroit offense? I mean, the only thing you've got in the back of your head is how bad Detroit looked last week. But I think that's one of those anomaly games for this team. They've looked to, since last season, the last third of last season, Detroit's been a really damn good team, man. And they look like the real deal. I know, Billy. It sucks, man. It's such a shit conversation, man. We got quarterbacks that none of us wanted. We got a coach calling the plays that none of us want. And but we're still, it's a sickness. It's a fucking sickness as a Raider fan. We have all of that. Quarterbacks none of us fucking like. We can't fucking agree on nothing. We hate the fucking coach. We want him fired. Half of us hate the fucking owner. Think the GM sucks. But still, every one of us on Sunday morning be like, fuck yeah, Raiders, go win. Fuck yeah, Raiders. Go Raiders. We're there, and we're still, I have this fucking, like, maybe, just maybe. It's a sickness, I swear. It's a sickness. Like, you just hope that they're just going to trip into get right one of these times, right? It's going to happen eventually. One of these fucking days. Speaking of that, oh, what a fucking great segue. What a great segue. Pain. Without love, pain. Can't get enough. Alright, let's get into it. Let's wrap this sucker up. Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. I appreciate you all. Sorry I wasn't here on Tuesday night. I was chilling in the mountains, but I'm back. And we will have fantasy football night tomorrow night. So if you were tuning in for fantasy, I apologize. You had to listen to all Raider shit, but you know you enjoyed it. So, except for the bad parts. We'll just look past the bad parts. We'll only think about the good times. Just the good times. Like closing with the WTF, your favorite segment. Let's make sure we got enough time. I'm going to need some for this one. All right. We like to wrap it up. It's a nice positive segment on the way out the door. Just a little thing. Just a little thing that we like to call. The WTF. If you're going to be an owner of a National Football League franchise, you got to be bold. You got to take risks. You got to be a pioneer. You got to learn from your father. You got to think outside the box. You can't try to reach back in history, sign guys to 10-year contracts, which is absurd. Nobody else in the fucking league would do that, would even consider it. You can't go and try to recreate your team as another team like you're trying to do now. You need to be a pioneer. You need to think outside the box. You need to go find the next great coach. Not try to recreate somebody else's greatness. Create your own greatness. You think he would have learned that by what is going on with the Las Vegas Aces. I mean, even though nobody's watching that shit, they're still winning. So he's obviously doing something right there. Take yourself out of the football operations and bring in football minds. You need to go and get a guy like Eric Bieniemy. Maybe he's the next great head coach who hasn't gotten a shot. Maybe it's bringing Harbaugh back in, who's now got some dirt in Michigan. He was just, dude. I thought Harbaugh was staying at Michigan forever, but if he gets pushed out the door a little bit, hey, maybe here's your opportunity. Drag him back in. He's always a winner in the National Football League. Make a move. Do something bold. But you got to do something. You can't continue trying to recreate things. You tried to recreate your dad's last great run by bringing back Gruden and try to undo wrongs that your dad did. I get that, and it's somewhat honorable. A little bit. But a 10-year deal? Come on, man. That was fucking ludicrous and absurd. And then you tried recreating yourselves in the image of the Patriots. One of the most hated franchises. Dynasty built off of Raider blood. This isn't the guy. We've seen it. I don't know if it's this week. I don't know if it's next week. I don't know if they hold on till the end of the year. But I believe McWeasel's ride is done this season. And it's just a matter of time. Mark Davis, what the fuck, man? Get control of this team. Get it in some sort of direction. Get it in some sort of order, pointed in some sort of path set for success. It's been in such a state of flux for so damn long. It's ridiculous. We deserve so much better as a fan base. The infighting, the arguing between each other, it just sucks. It sucks. I hope Jimmy's healthy. I hope this team has a chance on Monday. Any given Sunday, any given Monday. Until next time, thank you all for joining me. I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.